like you. Man, oh man, you're my best friend. I scream it too.
Alright, my name is Zoe. Describe the high school day? It was really long. Oh my gosh. Maybe it just seemed that way. But for me, waking up, it was 6:30 in the morning until, because I had theater after school, it was till like 6 or 7 p.m. Sometimes 10 p.m. if it was tech week. So it's like a 12-hour day. Yeah.
I wake up around 6:30 and I get home at about 4:15.
The American high school day does not just seem long, it is long. School can begin between 7 and 9 in the morning and get out between 3 and 5 in the afternoon, depending on what time you started. Then comes after-school activities, which most students take part in. These activities include sports, clubs, the visual arts, theater, and musical groups.
I got to school by bike. In the winter, I usually got rides from people. But if I had to bike, I was waking up a lot earlier to get to school. I remember getting up really early though. That sucked. Oh my gosh. Because I'd have to bike 20 minutes and get hit by cars a lot.
Most schools in America are public, meaning they are funded by taxes and the government. As a result, the schools are divided up geographically to serve a community's specific need for a school. Therefore, students are never too far away from their specific assigned school. Private schools and magnet schools take students from all over an area, so transportation becomes even more important. Students commute to school in various ways. Some take the bus or other public transportation. Others can walk to school, and students with their licenses can drive.
I wake up at 6:30 because I have to be at school at 8, and after that I go to school. I sit through the school day, and then afterwards I usually have some sort of extracurricular, like stage crew, or this year I'll be working on the newspaper. So that ends around 6:30, and then at 6:30 I walk home. So I'm home around 7 or 7:15, and that's my day.
You cover like the basic humanities. Halfway through the school day you have lunch, you gotta do your math, your science, and then you can take, at least at our school, it's like you generally have room for at least 1 or 2 electives, which are like optional classes, so theater or choir. Freshman year you have to take a set course, which is your humanities course, which is when you have English and history kind of intermingled.
In most high schools, there is a stress on the core subjects: math, English language, and science. History and the arts are included in the school day, though they are given slightly less priority over these subjects. In public school, there are requirements set by the state government, which all students must meet in order to graduate high school. In a private school, curriculums can be more flexible and specialized. There are 2 major ways of organizing the school day: block scheduling and rotating scheduling. In a block schedule, each student has fewer classes per day, but for longer amounts of time. For example, instead of taking 6 academic classes per day, students take 3 classes every other day, using the A-B system. If a student is taking the classes English literature, geometry, chemistry, American history, drawing, and choir, then on an A day, they might just take English literature, geometry, and drawing, leaving the other 3 classes for the B day. In a rotating schedule, the day is broken up into 8 or 9 40-minute periods in which students take all of their classes. Between each class, Students switch rooms to get to their teacher's specific classroom. The students repeat their schedule every day from the first day of school to the last. There are two major types of high schools: private high schools and public high schools. The main difference between the two is that a public high school receives money from the taxes and the government. They are required to teach certain things, like in the state of Illinois, all public high schools must include 4 years of physical education. Private high schools receive little or no government funding, allowing them to be more free in the way they teach. It also means that students must pay to attend. Many private schools have religious affiliation, such as a Catholic school or a Jewish day school, so a religion class is part of the curriculum for these students. Public high schools are 4 years long: 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade. Some private high schools are kindergarten through 12th grade. Within each group, the school day is fairly the same. Students move from class to class, socialize, make friends, and learn. Academics play a huge role in the life of a student. Homework in most classes is assigned nightly to be completed by the following day. That does not mean that all of school is academics, though. There are clubs, sports teams, and activities. In school, students study, but they also get to see friends and enjoy learning new things.
But my favorite subject was sign language. Well, high school is you do an H and then an S.
Well, I go to the orchestra room and I do homework I haven't done, or I practice my bass.
But I think the best part of the school day is probably still when it's over, because then you get to move on to different things. I really like
appreciate
learning.
getting an education.
Yeah.
I think it's very good for me. I feel better when I'm smarter.
Yeah, I love learning.
The extracurricular that happens afterwards. That's my favorite part. But during the school day, my favorite part is usually my art class. I really like my school. It's really, really big because it's the entire township going into one school. And then parts of like other towns around us that go in here. So there's really, I guess this is going to sound really cliche, but it's something for everyone in the school. And I do feel like I would get a good education by going here.